Hello pilots and welcome back to another Flight Academy video brought to you by Out of Art Gaming. As always, my name is Phil and today we have game 20 of season 8 for you. Another repeat match here. It is myself versus Ben and we are running Assault at the Satellite Array. Ben is having an absolute whale of a time this season. He's got a really strong list with Kylo Ren and Malarus, and I'm obviously running the Empire with Redline and Merrick Steele. In our previous game, which was Scramble, Ben did win that one with 1 kill, so he's obviously looking to go one better this time. It's a really tough matchup, I'm not going to lie. The efficiency in Ben's list with Malarus's ability, fire control, Kylo with the Force, advanced optics, brilliant evasion. It's such a tricky one to come up against. And in setup, I had the initiative, which I'm not going to lie, didn't particularly want, as I kind of wanted to know where he was going to go so that I could look to maybe just stick with one ship rather than having to potentially come up against both. So went for just a in the middle setup to see how this could go, and Ben is going in very aggressive, as you'd imagine with the First Order. Just seeing what action he wants to take with Kylo, whilst I get a nice cheeky little shot of hopefully what is going to be shards of debris at some point, or my impending doom. Only one real way to find out, and that is to flip my dials and get the action started. Now, Redline and Merrick can be really solid, to be honest. Merrick Steele's ability to force your opponent to draw 3 crits and then pick which one you like is very good. And Redline has all the tools there: ion torpedoes, barrage rockets, seismic charges, so could cause a nuisance, but it is a very aggressive push from Kylo there. Focus into boost. That is going to be rather dangerous. And Redline says, okay, I see what you're doing. No, thank you. I want to get a little bit out of dodge there. So white boost round. Possibly I am thinking about those objectives and thinking if I can just hang around those, survive long enough, maybe I can get out of this in one piece. Not quite the move looking back, not the move I probably would have done with Merrick going a bit faster. Maybe if I can get past Kylo's arc there, having 2 shots coming in at me from Kylo and Malarus does not sound like fun in any fashion at all there. But the only way to take out a list is to actually go at them and give it a go. So you never know, whilst I may have some mixed feelings about coming up against this, could go all right. You never know. I could do okay. So there's only one real way to find out, and that is to see what kind of shooting Kylo is going to be able to do back at me before we get a chance to go. Looks like it's going to be Malarus first. He is flipping his charge, which is so good. Such a good ability there. Basically giving him infinite focuses, and he's got the evade. He's got all aspects of defense covered. And that's just one evade there. Not a good start. 4 dice, and the green dice have said no. Oh, again, a really good shot there from Kylo. And that is 2, 3, yeah. Shield and a damage going through. We're already in the first shots as well. But hit crit coming back in, but again, infinite focuses, and the evade is going to say no, thank you very much. Between brilliant evasion and Malarus's abilities, good job Malarus can only use that twice, because that is very powerful and I do like it. And we've seen Ben in previous seasons of Flight Academy use those TIE-FOs to great advantage. Back in the single ship days with Midnight, that was an interesting one. Whilst I've got you locked, you can't modify your dice, which made for a very interesting matchup. But red line dropping a seismic, coming round, looking to see what if he can sneak some damage through onto Malarus. And there goes Merrick up the board, trying to avoid getting any more shots at him for the time being, whilst also avoiding that seismic. Could be interesting to see where Ben puts Malarus and Kylo, if they are going to actually get affected by that seismic charge. Unlikely, I feel, that Malarus is going to get a shot here. Kylo is in a nice position to swing round those, so I don't think Malarus is quite close enough to that bottom right objective obstacle for the seismic charge to really come into play, which is a shame, because unlikely that I'm going to want to blow up that one that could impact both of my ships. Some would say that would be less than ideal play at this point. But nice position for Kylo. He's got arc on Merrick. Not going to be able to push up any further. But also staying safe from that seismic. But it doesn't quite catch that top one. So yeah, it's going to be that bottom right going so as not to do any more damage onto Merrick and give Ben too easy of a ride here. Want to make it a little bit of a challenge if possible. But it is going to be range 3 into Merrick still from Kylo. 2 hits and a crit. That's... yeah. That's a thing. And... bit tricky to see on the dice there, but looks like just a crit going through there. So weapons failure on to Merrick Steel. Not ideal. Especially if he doesn't have a lock, because that's going to make him not have a very good time. But points at the moment still pretty even, 2-1 in Ben's favour. It's tricky getting the Punisher back into the fight. It doesn't have the best of dials, being a medium-based ship. And right now sacrificing any objective scoring this turn. The TIE Advance not having a boost, it really hurts that ship, to be honest. It could really I would love to have the advance have a boost on there just to give it that little bit of extra maneuverability. Would be just incredibly good for it, but you know, not every ship could have a boost. But got the gas cloud for some extra defense dice there, so maybe Merrick can survive here. Nice turnaround from Malorus to get back into contention, possibly range 3 shot there. Nice barrel roll. I think still closest to closest could possibly be obstructed. Just going to check it. Oh, that's a really good barrel roll there. Gets unobstructed shot. So range 2 unobstructed into Merrick Steel. Looks like we got the lock there as well. See, here we go. Just getting paint all the time and having the efficiency of that focus, or even the force there. Oh, so close, but down by 1. That is Merrick Steel popped. Nice 4 points there on the board for Ben. It's going to take up to 6-1 with that central objective that Kylo is currently holding 7 points to 1. This has now become a very tricky game for me. I need to start getting some work in. And the Punisher, whilst it's got 9 health, only got 1 evade, and yeah, not sure if that seismic charge is going to catch anything, but you know, I wanted to kind of use the tools that I had to make sure that I was going to have an option. But here we go, focus, and we have a lock on both Kylo and Malorus. So the startings of a plan are forming. As to whether we can get that plan to fruition is going to be a very different story. But that is a very aggressive push there from Kylo, getting right into Malorus's face and say, Redline's face, and just going, "Yep, yeah, I'm here. What are you actually going to try and do about this?" Do have the initiative, so possibly might be able to strip some tokens there. But range 1, focus and target lock onto Kylo. Spending the focus, 3 hits. A blank out would be lovely. Oh, almost a blank out. Gonna have to spend a force to change that eyeball, but that is 2 shields down on Kylo. That's nothing to turn your nose up at. A couple more hits like that and could do all right, but that is very good. 4 hits into Redline. That is all shields down. Again, kind of as you expected. But double checking. Definitely range 3. Is it obstructed? Hard to tell from this angle. We'll see how many dice they roll, but it is going to be a concussion missile from Malorus. So it is obstructed, giving me that extra dice, but that is still 2 damage going through. And with the concussion missile, going to expose one of those damage cards, which is a console fire, which could be worse. Absolutely could be worse. Doesn't reduce my shots or change my dial in any way, so you know what? potentially just taking additional damage. Not bad. And it's times like this that a prox mine or cluster mine or even a connet would be absolutely brilliant for next turn. But those are very expensive, and I tend to go with seismics or thermals. But nice barrel roll there from Kylo Ren. Going to give him a little bit more option in coming back in. Could either swing round that top left obstacle or do a hard turn and not worry about being stressed. But just over 6 minutes to go, and Redline is down to 4 hull. Kylo's obviously taken 2 shields, but not in a position to be shot at by Redline. And Malorus has just come in and not bumped. So there's going to be a range 1 face-off. Fire control. Ooh, that's gone all right there. Three hits into 3 natural evades. It looked pretty good there. Thought we were going to get some damage to a Malorus, but 3 natural evades. And what does the console fire do? Nothing this time, so that's okay. What does Malorus do in response? He's got that fire control. Oh, 2 hits and a crit, and they are all going through. So that's going to be Redline down to 1. The crit is a fuel leak this time. So Redline is still there. He does live to fight another turn, contest the objective. So no more points for Ben. So it is 8-1. Redline down on 1, really wishing that he had some bombs there to drop. But yeah, this game, there we go, the hard 2 in from Kylo, made possible by the fact that he barrel rolled a moment ago. And yeah, I think it's the inevitable end coming up, unfortunately for my Empire. Just played a bit too defensively to start, I feel. Taking that damage early on Merrick sort of put me a bit on the back foot and a bit concerned. Wanted to try and save him, but not then really getting the opportunity to actually do much with him. So yeah, all in all, Ben just playing this really well, knowing exactly what he wants to do with his ships, getting them in aggressively, as is sometimes the best way to play the First Order, especially in this short game where we have 25 minutes. We're already at turn 6, we've got just over 3 minutes. And not a great roll there, but that will do it. Redline is down. Another solid victory for Ben. That actually makes it for Ben 6 victories so far for Ben. So he is very much right at the top of the table. We'll give an update on the table after the next game on Friday when we've gone through the next full round, but it is currently Ben's title to lose. So he is on the cusp of his 3rd Flight Academy trophy. But can anyone catch Ben? Can anyone take out the First Order? We still have 10 more games to go, so anything could happen in that time. But guys, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time.